how to energetically raise your income level. This is by far the fastest way to begin making more money starting right now. And I'm sure you've heard that promise many a times before, and nobody ever delivered. But I guarantee you, what I'm going to be walking you through today is something you have never heard of or applied ever before. And here's what you can expect from applying everything that you learn today. You can expect a shift in your consciousness to begin living from the end, emotionally occupying the state of your wish fulfilled, which means you will stand a little taller, you will breathe a little bit deeper, and you will think a lot more abundantly, which leads me to the next one. You will begin to live with more abundance, and you will walk around with unshakable confidence because you are no longer going to tie your self-worth to the car you drive or to the house you live in or the amount of money in your bank account. That does not dictate your self-worth anymore, which means you are no longer going to disempower yourself. You are only going to empower yourself, which allows you to think a lot more abundantly and creatively, which gives you the energy, the life force, the vitality that you need to do the things that you need to do to produce more income. You can expect to make more money by harnessing what I'm going to call your divine will, which is different than your personal will. Your personal will, it dries up and it runs out so quickly, right? If you wake up real early and you discipline yourself to make sure you're eating the right stuff, like everything you do to discipline yourself just drains you and drains you and drains you and drains you. And it's difficult to sustain success when you're simply relying on your personal will. But when you are able to harness, activate, and hone in your divine will, you become unstoppable. You become this unstoppable force of creative, abundant love. So here's how we are going to get you there, okay? First and foremost, we are going to understand your current energetic income level. The second thing we are going to be talking about is consciously creating a new energetic income level. What do you want your income level to be, and how do you align yourself energetically with that? And perhaps as most important as the first two, really, is identify the practical steps needed to obtain your new income level, because this is not going to be like some law of attraction teachings, like The Secret, where it's just imagine and imagine, imagine, and twirl your thumbs and don't pursue the things that you are inspired to create, build, and do. No, it's completely opposite to that. It's imagine, it's visualize, it's harness, it's embody, it's raise your energetic, emotional state, and then act boldly, act with confidence. That's how we move the needle in the right direction. So to kind of summarize this, if we were to view these three steps as a pyramid, first we start with awareness. Where are we now? Then we step into inspiration. What do I feel inspired to create? What do I feel inspired to do? How much money do I feel inspired to generate? And then the third little sprinkle on top is the action. And I strongly encourage every single one of you to stick around until the end, for I have something very special for you. And it's only for those who are watching this particular video right now, and it's going to be well worth your time. So before we get into those three steps, I think it's important for us to point out who these three steps will work for. Like, who's this going to work for, right? Because it's not going to work for everybody. And I'm just being honest and transparent with you. This is really only going to work for those of you who are ready to completely dominate in life and be themselves 100% of the way. So if you are ready and if you are committed to live your authentic life and speak truth to yourself and to other people and to live a very inspired life, this will work for you. But if you want to continue to live in your own shit, and if you want to continue to play the victim, I love you unconditionally. I want to serve you, but this video is not for you. This is only for those of you who are ready to be themselves. They're powerful. They're confident selves 100% of the way. First, a quick shift in perspective with what reality really is. Before we identify your income level, before we create a new income level, before we identify the necessary steps to move the needle in the right direction to begin making more money starting today, you have to understand what reality truly is. And if you don't, you're going to be walking around confused as to why you are producing and creating the life that you have. And we'll start with an Albert Einstein quote: "Everything is energy, and that's all there is to it." Point blank. Match the frequency of the reality that you want, and you cannot help but get that reality. In other words, identify what you want. Get clear with the energetic state. In other words, the emotional state that you have to tap into to create that reality. Tap into it with your mind's eye, with your communication to yourself, your self-talk, and you will attract that reality. It is universal law. Everything you see is energy. You see this glass, this bottle, this is more energy than mass. And that's true for everything. And if you are ignorant to that truth, you're going to it's going to feel like you're walking around with a massive anchor around your ankle. Another quote: "All thoughts carry an energy or a frequency. Change your thoughts and you change your life." Change your thoughts and you change your life. It truly is that simple. Change your energy and you change your life. Right? Dispenza said, change your thoughts, you change your energy. And I'm just going to add to it, change your energy, you change your life. Change your energy and you change your behavior. When you change your behavior, you change the results that you produce. Life is very simple. It's our minds that overcomplicate it. But when we drop into our heart, what I'm sharing with you will resonate and it will strike a chord and it will give you the energy that you need to act on the things that you are receiving right now. Quick, a visualization exercise. Only do this if you're sitting still. And if you're in the kitchen and if you're moving around, I strongly encourage you to stop doing what you're doing, to sit down and close your eyes. If you're driving a car, you can still do this with your eyes open. Here's what I want you to do. If you can, close your eyes now. Closing your eyes. And I want you to simply, in a moment, not yet, I want you to imagine or visualize or sense the richest, the wealthiest version of you. He or she's going to be standing directly in front of you. And you're going to notice everything you need to notice about them, from perhaps what they're wearing to what their body looks like and everything in between. Don't worry too much about the details. Just simply notice whatever comes up. And if you haven't done so already, go ahead and create that image, that vision, or that feeling sense now where you are looking at the richest and the wealthiest version of you. What do they look like? How do they carry themselves? What energy are they radiating? What do their facial expressions look like? How do they breathe? Just by looking at them, perhaps you can pick up on their thoughts and their beliefs and their habits. What are they? What are they? And decide right now to begin aligning your energy with theirs. Begin thinking their thoughts. Just simply by looking at them, you begin to think their thoughts anyways. Begin to breathe like them now. Begin to morph your face according to how their face and their facial expressions are formed. Begin to think like them, begin to breathe like them, begin to become them in every sense of the word. You see, one of the fastest ways to get to where you want to go is to align your energy with your preferred reality. And if you close your eyes, you can open your eyes now. We're going to continue on with this step-by-step guide. But the point of the visualization exercise is to simply remind you how fast and how effortless it is to upgrade your energy so that you can dominate in life, so that you can do the things you need to do and be the person you need to be to create a life of wealth and abundance. Let's move on to identifying your current energetic income level. There's a very simple way to do this, and you're going to need to answer the questions that I ask you. Otherwise, this will be useless. So make sure you answer the questions that I ask you. If you need to pause the video at any point, do so. How much do you think you can make per month? I want you to answer this. It might be $5,000 per month, or it could be lower. It could be, I don't know what it is for you, depending on where you're living right now. It might be $10,000, $50,000, $100,000, $1 million a month. Just answer that question. There's no right or wrong answer to it. Just tune in. How much do I think I could potentially make per month? Just answer that question. And what you're going to find is that whatever number you picked, you're probably only making 10% of that. And I know that to be true because I've had this conversation with many, many people. Statistically speaking, you are probably only making roughly 10% of how much you think you can make. It's a wild phenomena. So now that we've identified our current energetic income level, which is the 10% of whatever you want to achieve, that's your current energetic income level. Now it's time to create a new energetic income level, and I'll show you a simple way to do this. And this is going to blow you out of the water because it's going to activate new thoughts. It's going to create new neural pathways which allow you to show up in this world differently and to behave differently, to create different things that will then produce more money. So knowing that you're only going to hit around 10% of your actual energetic income level, or in other words, you're only going to generate about 10% of what you want, and that's your energetic income level, to be clear there. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to bump up what you want your energetic income level to be, but you want to bump it up like 100x. You want to bump it up a lot because you're not actually going to achieve that number. You're going to achieve a far less number. Okay, hopefully this is making sense. So ask yourself, if you want to align with $100,000 a month, like if that's what you want to generate, your energetic income level is going to be around $10,000. So reverse engineer this. If you actually want to see $20,000 come into your bank account every single month, you are going to want to strive towards $200,000. If you actually want $100,000 in your bank account every single month, you're going to need to strive towards $1 million every single month. So decide how much money you actually want. Let's say it's $10,000, right? Pretty basic, solid, good number to hit. You're going to want to write down $100,000. That's your new goal. Now comes the point of like, how do I actually align my confidence, my energy with $100,000? How do you do that? There's a very simple way to do that. I'm going to show you right now. What you're going to need to do is expand your time horizon. Because odds are you're like, there's no way that I can make $100,000 if I work on this goal for the next 6 months or the next 6 weeks. I mean, goodness, people don't even give themselves 6 weeks to try to achieve their goal. They try to do it in 30 days, right? And this impacts their ability to open themselves up to what's truly possible. Now, if you, let's say again, to use for example, let's say you actually want $10,000 to come into your bank every single month. So you're going to need to strive towards $100,000. And you're probably like, there's no fucking way I can make $100,000. And if you don't believe you can make $100,000, then you're not going to make the 10K. So to make the 10K, you need to believe you can make the 100K. So how can you how can you rewire your brain into believing that you can make 100K? It's this. All you're going to need to do is expand your time horizon. How do you do that? Ask yourself, if you were to work towards the goal of achieving $100,000 for the next 50 years, do you think you can do it? There's either going to be a hell yes or a hell no. There's no right or wrong there, right? Because there's no right or wrong, simply put. If it's no, then add 20 more years. Do you think you can get to 100K every single month with your business or with your work, with your creative endeavors, if you tried for 70 years? No. Okay, what about 100 years? Yes. Just keep bumping up the years for however long needed. So decide that, get there before moving on, and just pay attention to how easy it is to become, how easy it becomes to say yes to your new income level. It's This is crazy. This is like a hack to the human mind, where it's like, you know what? If I worked at this for 200 years, yeah, I can probably get to 100K every single month. If I committed myself for 200 years, of course, yeah, no brainer, I can do it. Fine, Drew, I can do it. Get to that number where it becomes a no-brainer yes. Okay, this is really important, and we're going to bring it down to earth in a moment. Because once you stretch the mind this far out, whether it's 50, 75, 100, 200, 300 years, you'll begin to realize that anything is possible. Literally anything is possible if you give yourself enough time to achieve it. This is universal law. So again, let's bring this back down to earth, because you're not going to be here for 150 years, right? That's not going to work unless you're interstellar and you go travel to different dimensions. But many of you watching this are probably not going to go travel to different dimensions. So coming back to an example, perhaps you landed on the fact that it's going to take you 150 years to make $500,000 per month, which really means you're only going to see 50K get into your bank account per month. Here's what you need to do. Ask yourself this one question. This is going to change your life, so listen to me very, very carefully. Stop what you're doing. Pay attention. Look at the video. Who were you at 150 years older than you are today that you aren't right now? What is the difference between the 150-year-old older version of you and the version of you right now? What is the difference? Answer that. Because whatever the difference is, that's your missing link. And that's the reason your subconscious keeps sabotaging you. So get crystal clear on what the difference is and act accordingly. This is going to change the trajectory of your life. Learn the skills needed to bridge the gap from where you are now to who you are going to be at 150 years old. Master this skill. And do not confuse feeling stuck with not having the right skill set, because that gap between who you are now and who you are in 150 years, the person who can generate $500,000, is just a skill set. That's all it is. You're not actually stuck. You just need to cultivate the right skill set. And if one of the skill sets that's going to be different between where you are now and where you're going to be in 150 years, where it's effortless for you to achieve $500,000 months, if one of those skill sets is learning how to rewire your subconscious mind, if it's building a personal brand, if it's sales and marketing, if any of those skill sets align with where you are going, that I want to offer this to you. And this is only for those who are watching this video right now, and it's not going to be here for very long, so I'm probably going to take it down soon. So make sure you take advantage of this now. It's a total no-brainer. A free 7-day trial to the spiritual gym Academy. You can sign up. There's going to be a link in the description down below, but real quick, the Spiritual Gym Academy, it's the exclusive training ground for self-realization, so waking up to who you actually are, and self-actualization, where spiritual awakening meets the art of maximizing your potential. You can take a look at these videos. I'll add the link underneath this video. You can watch this video. You can take a look at some of these testimonies. They're all pretty incredible stuff. But what you get is, first, you're going to learn how to reprogram your subconscious mind, align with your higher self, become the most successful and confident version of yourself. You're going to learn how to lead and inspire others by creating your own personal brand that serves a lot of people online and in person. And you get our exclusive high-ticket programs, such as the Impact Academy online program, the Body Life Mastery online program, the Advanced Reality Creation online program, the 21 Days of Conscious Creation online program, so much more. Weekly coaching calls, so you get one-on-one support from me, so there's going to be no question you will walk away not knowing the answer to. You get all of this for free for 7 days. This is a total no-brainer. Make sure you sign up right now, and this is going to help super accelerate your transition to aligning your energetic state with a new income level. This is going to change your life forever. It's not going to be here for long, so make sure you take full advantage of the free 7-day trial right now. The link will be underneath this video, and so too will be the about link that will speak to more information on the Spiritual Gym if you need more information. Thank you so much. Sending you all so much unconditional love. Go dominate in life. Go have a lot of fun. Go smile throughout the entire